Hello, everyone, and welcome to Shoots and Swerves, first episode, okay? And it is a collaboration between Jonathan at Bad Guy Wrestling and Chris Cortez at Channel Cortez 33. We are your hosts for the evening, and tonight we are going to talk AEW All In London, Wembley Stadium. Took place August 27th, 2023. A hell of a show. Let's get right into it. Jonathan, how you doing tonight?
I'm good. I'm ready for take 2, version 2. No one has to know about it, even though I'm leaking it now.
Ain't nobody gonna hear about this.
So we kind of have a more polished, refined version tonight then.
That's right. Yeah. We got more, but we practiced a little bit. We got some issues, technical issues. This is nothing new to the podcast world. So, we going at it, take 2, and we know this is going to work out.
Mm-hmm.
We're checking our vitals. We're making sure we're both under recording. If anything pops up, we'll stop. We'll get right back into it, and we won't keep going unless everything is working 100%.
Yeah. But anyways, as your question was, the pay-per-view, AEW All In. I mean, sneak peek. If you could have heard the other podcast, you would have heard. Overall, very positive. Very much liked it.
It was so nice we had to do this twice.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. I mean, the show, I'm starting to see, what I'm starting to see now on Facebook and Twitter, whatever the hell have you. People are asking questions like, okay, now that they're both out, what was better, WrestleMania 39 or AEW All In? I think it's apples and oranges for me personally, because we were there at WrestleMania 39. I mean, I got a lot of the same impressions, like what's a good word, Jonathan? I'm having a brain fart.
It's like the larger than life nature of it with the stage setup, and like did they have the cage, the stadium cage lighting and all that kind of stuff at WrestleMania?
I don't know.
Or was all that suspended from the ceiling?
Right. I mean, it just had that, like you said, the larger than life, just surreal looking atmosphere. Both stadiums are amazing looking. I mean, Wembley's looking better than ever.
Yeah, it reminds me of like the old Hulk Hogan on the chariot going down there. Did you see the sea of people on there? Because normally pay-per-views are they're in big arenas, but like they're dark and things like that, and you don't see everyone all of a sudden, except for like more recently, like the WrestleManias and stuff where they're playing these huge places.
Right. I mean, I loved it. It definitely reminded me of some of the older WrestleManias.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a good thing, because it's an alternative. I mean, at the end of the day, it's still an alternative. So, I mean, if there's anything that we might cover, I mean, right off the bat, I'm ready to go right into the kickoff, because the kickoff, as far as I'm concerned, is part of the card. Okay, 11 matches.
Especially on this one. Okay, we're getting right into it. This is for those of you that really want to go into this thing, balls deep. Take all bullshit aside, all stupid backstage politics aside, all drama aside. This is a match. This is the podcast that's going to cover this knee deep. I'm still going to talk about the bullshit.
Good.
Yeah.
First match. Let's get into this. First match, kickoff match, Aussie Open versus MJF. People are already starting to talk about it. It made sense that they would win, that MJF and Adam Cole would beat Aussie Open, the Ring of Honor champions, basically to use the belts as a vehicle to move to keep the story going, right?
Yep. Absolutely.
And we totally talked about this last night. Yes, it is a tool to keep, because otherwise those Ring of Honor titles are not worth much.
Yep.
Okay.
I don't care about them.
Nobody
cares. As
cares
soon as they lose them, I'm probably not going to follow it.
Sorry. Yeah. The only thing I will say though is that Aussie Open was a great is a great tag team. One of the best in the world. Mm-hmm. We love them. Great to see the Aussie, oi, oi, oi chants and the song. They deserve it. Okay. One of the best tag teams in the world. So.
Yeah. And it's pretty cool. It's like in some ways, like they're showing up more and more, so maybe they're coming around to the idea of putting them on the roster, things like that.
Hopefully, yes. We'll see him I want to see him in Collision. I want to see him in Dynamite.
Mm-hmm.
We are avid followers of these guys. Make no mistake about it. We love these guys. And I'm sure a lot of other people do as well. And right off the back, they attack MJF and Adam Cole, take him to the outside, bell rings. And I was getting we were both kind of getting the same feeling. This is going to be a quick match. They're not going to, Tony Khan is not going to risk his main event. Okay. He's going to keep Cole and MJF safe, but there was a lot of entertainment in this match. So for instance, after a little bit of attack on MJF in the inside of the ring, MJF, makes it after kneeing Fletcher in the nether regions. That was a pretty cool spot. Okay. Makes the tag to Cole, clotheslines to Fletcher. Cole's on fire. Then Cole misses a Panama Sunrise, hits the thrust kick. And then again, I want to point it out, that shot throughout the stadium. This whole match just set the stage. The crowd was on fire, loving every minute of it. And yeah, I mean, especially at one point,
the double kangaroo kick?
The kangaroo kick. That was kind of the big lead up. MJF goes rampage, Ultimate Warrior grabbing the ropes. Okay. And this is after Aussie Open hit their Aussie arrow. Okay. Yeah. So they did hit their move, and then comes the kangaroo kick.
Demoralizing.
There you go.
Just demoralizing. Yeah.
I gotta go back and watch this again, because when I saw it, I mean, everybody was going so crazy. I was like, what just happened? What was this? But people were building up for this one.
Yeah. Well, was it Taz talking about it? Yeah. He's like, it looks ridiculous, but it's effective, or something like that.
Yeah. I heard it might have been Excalibur who was also just shouting kangaroo kick, kangaroo kick, kangaroo kick. I'm like, what?
I wonder if that's just like a move that no one actually ever does, but they joke about it all the time.
It's like an
inside type of thing.
A joke, like a elusive kind of almost legendary move.
Mm-hmm.
A folk, a mythological move, if you will.
Yeah.
They hit the double clothesline. They get the victory. They get the ROH tag titles. What more can we say?
I mean, it's mostly from the kangaroo kick.
It's the kangaroo kick. It's got to be the kangaroo kick. And then we got Britt Baker backstage talking about the women's division cruising along. Not like how it was when she was champion, right?
Yeah, whatever.
You beg to disagree.
I mean, I'd say the women's division, while still needs major improvement.
Of course.
Not because of talent, but because of storytelling.
Right.
I still think that it's better than it was even a year ago.
I'll give you that. Yeah. I mean, the talent on the roster, the competition on the roster is fierce, and maybe that's why she's not so pushed up to the limelight. She's great, we love her, but I don't think she's, quite. I mean, she's up there, but like I said, I'm not gonna say she's not up there with the best in the roster, but
yeah, I think she's like royalty here in AEW.
Exactly,
it's
she's not.
Like how Charlotte Flair in WWE. They can just thrust her into the main event any second.
Right.
It doesn't even make sense how it is. And how everyone's talking about how she's just over pushed and all that stuff. To some degree, I feel like Britt Baker can be pushed into the title picture any second right now. And so it doesn't matter for her that she doesn't even need to win as much. She just, she's there, and they can use her anytime they want.
And you know what? Yeah. And as I was thinking, is that the roster before had Britt Baker up here with the rest of the roster, and now most of the roster is right up there with her. So she can still be placed in any main event, but just guess what? There's always going to be other wrestlers right up there, ready to go. And I was saying before that this was kind of an odd entry, just kind of plug. She's talking about that we're entering the era of the D.M.D. I mean, we kind of thought the D.M.D. era had already passed. But yeah, she's going into the ring with some serious talent and we'll talk about that. But JR, he arrives to the commentary table. That was great to see. I mean, loving it. I'm sure the crowd appreciated that. Then we got the second match, Hook versus Jack Perry for the FTW title. I mean, I still love this match. I got to go back and watch this match again.
Yeah, this match was very, very entertaining.
Very entertaining.
Oh, yeah. And brutal.
Brutal. I mean,
especially for like Jungle Boy. I mean, he's done some hardcore stuff already in AEW, but this was kind of to another new level for him. And
Jungle Boy, I think, has like reached his full, not his like full potential, but I think he's reached that next like metamorphosis of his character. Mm-hmm. He comes out to that new music, and it was a little understandable to be confused by his theme, but I think it's now very clear what his gimmick is. If you haven't figured it out, I call it the antithesis of the Jungle Boy persona. He's the epitome of this Hollywood class and high society coming out in a limousine, you know?
Yeah.
Hook meets
owning his Luke Perry roots, as I learned.
There it is. Like, own it, you know? He's all black, wearing all black. He's got the boots on from the Jungle Boy gimmick, but now they're black.
Yeah. Not humble at all. So, like, that's the biggest thing. He is a douche because like he thinks he is better than everyone, and like I'm starting to believe it. I'm like, you know what, he is Luke Perry's son after all. So I
mean, makes you wonder if the story that we're talking about, you know, everybody's like, you know, trying to like jump on the one with CM Punk. It makes you wonder if that was a work, because he really just like showed off how much of a prick he is if he's literally telling CM Punk to go F himself.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, yeah, I'll listen to you. Yeah, right.
I hope it's a work. I hope
it's a work. I really do hope it's a work, because if it is, it's brilliant. Okay, and like, you know, people are talking about it online. Let me tell you something. What it's comparable to. Okay, and you guys whoever wants to shout, you know, to argue with me on this, really doesn't know the business. Thinks the business is like clearly has no like pure understanding of how the business works. Okay, to not follow the rules of a veteran, okay, a real veteran, a guy who's, forget one locker room, you got like 3 locker room heroes, okay? Imagine going up again. What if The Undertaker told him, hey, look, don't do it? You couldn't say no to The Undertaker? But it's The Undertaker. I mean, that's you. Are you comparing CM Punk to The Undertaker? Kind of, yeah, I am. You know why? Because
he's getting into that realm.
He's getting into that realm. And guess what? He's got his own TV show. He's got Collision. Okay. How many shows were dedicated to The Undertaker? Okay. Last I checked, the second show, the blue brand was named SmackDown. Okay.
Yeah, it was The Rock show.
It was The Rock show. Okay. So I love The Undertaker. Nothing but respect for The Undertaker. But when you guys don't think about what you're doing, it takes it away. Yes, CM Punk could have, did he overreact? Sure. But I'm not in his shoes. And of course, Jack Perry could have, you know, maybe he shouldn't have been so blatant about it when he said what he said. And, you know, he could have been like, look, I really respect whatever you want, you trying to help me, but I got to go do what I got to go do. Okay.
No, listen here, brother. No. He should be happy with what he did. I want to believe again that this isn't fake. I want to believe there's a real character. Like, I needed to come back.
This is a work. Yes. I want to believe this is a work.
Yeah.
What he did was prickish. Yes. Serious
I love
prickish.
It.
This is like, I don't care who you are. Do you know who I am? Do you know who my father is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This honestly makes me want to follow him now. Like,
I love Luke Perry.
It is. Yeah, I know. But this is definitely like cemented Jungle Boy, or now to me, Jack Perry now. And I believe him as like, okay, Jungle Boy's dead. I believe it now once the fight happened.
Right. I mean, you know, like I said, we don't know what's going on behind closed doors. I hope it's a work. You know, we love this guy. We love the way he's working. We love Hook. Hook, I think,
don't hope it's a work anymore. No. I want this to really happen. I want CM Punk to fight everybody in AEW by the time he's done.
They should. I mean, are we trying to make money, or are we trying to make money? Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
If you haven't figured, I mean, look. So as I was saying, yes, he is the epitome of Hollywood. What do you call it? Hollywood privilege. How about that? That could be a faction right there. Hollywood privilege.
He's like the privileged brat that's just running around causing terror.
Excellent. Hook meets him right on the entranceway. Strikes exchange. Perry is tossed onto the hood of the vehicle, then through the door. Perry, with the upper hand, suplexes Hook onto the roof of the limo. Then he calls for that RVDs. Hits the Rolling Thunder onto Hook, who's on the hood. Okay, Perry goes for a pile driver, reversed into a suplex onto the windshield. That looked devastating.
Brutal.
Yeah. And
and don't forget the insult.
Right,
that he
the
said.
insult.
Yeah.
Real glass, Crimea River. I mean, right there in front of like 80,000+ people. I don't know. Sparks are going to fly. Egos are going to be high.
What do you know what the reference is exactly that he's referring to? How is that, him going after CM Punk?
Well, the story goes if CM Punk had said to him, please, it's not in your best interest to go out there and hit glass. It's dangerous. We're trying to help you out, protect you. He goes ahead and if Punk is the only one that told him not to do it, he went ahead and dealt with the glass, and he goes, it's real glass. Cry me a river. CM Punk don't, what are you going to do about it? You going to cry about it? Because I just did it. Basically, because CM Punk's the one that specifically told him not to do it.
Is it like one of those things where if he gives the advice, they better take it, and he's pissed that they don't?
I think I think he took it so. I think he took it so. He just went so overboard with it. Like he didn't even have to say that. I think Punk would have been annoyed, but then again, it harkens back to Bret Hart, Stone Cold. Bret and Stone Cold wanted to go ahead and get some blood in this match. Vince told him not to do it. Okay. Bret's like, yeah, no, don't worry. We're going to do it. Vince was pissed. But at the same time, it's the best.
He could smell money.
He knows what it is. He knows what they pulled it off. If they would have gotten hurt, it would have been another story. But they know they pulled it off. They'll probably got a little shit on. Don't do it again. That's it. But they didn't go up to the camera and go, cry me a river. It's real blood.
Yeah.
You don't do that. Like, that's just salt on the wound. That's just spitting in the face. So
okay. Now I get it a little bit better. Like, why there was a confrontation, because he was being a prick out there.
He's being a real prick out there. Yes. And, if you do want to listen to the veterans, sure, but we digress. They make their way to the ring. Hook, Irish whip to the post. Then a DDT off the barricade. Perry delivers to Hook this crucial DDT. From the get-go, Perry is really in control. Gets the trash can out in the ring, props the trash can, looking to hit Hook in the corner, going coast to coast. Right before he jumps, he hops off the corner, the top turnbuckle, proceeds to stomp Hook, then poses. Okay. Hook strikes back, but Perry again hits two more German suplexes, pin attempt. Looks to go for a third before Hook fights back. Again, Perry hits the German. A thrust kick. Hook hits the German. Then another near fall. Holds on to Perry, who goes for a low blow. Misses. Hook hits the exploder onto the corner pads. It's a pin attempt, only two.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is probably the best match that I think probably the closest match between it's the closest match on Hook for Hook. It's probably the toughest match he's ever had.
Talent-wise, right?
Talent-wise, the experience, just being out there in front of all those people, going they kind of went the distance. First time he ever lost was to Jack Perry.
Yeah, he's definitely like kind of a proving ground for his character for sure. Because until more recently, he was mostly on Rampage.
Yeah,
and so I mean, he was really popular on there, but he was going against. I don't want to call them B talent because they're not, but just like people who aren't getting like that push right now, but are still names.
More or less like almost like just enhancement talent on a Rampage show. So, he's going through all these guys and now he's being tested. I love it. And I think he definitely passed.
Yeah.
Tiger driver by Jack Perry near fall. Perry toying around with Hook, drives the can into Hook. Perry goes to the top. For a moonsault, misses, and that's kind of his last mistake because Hook hits the lariat, then the trash can right onto the head of Perry. Hook with the crossface forearms, just like his dad. Okay, just like you go back to Taz versus Sabu, same thing. Hits the red rum for the tap out. Gets his father's title back.
Yep, and what's interesting to me is like. I'd say as far as like kind of like how big they are right now, their characters. Yeah. Like Jungle Boy or Jack Perry was probably a little bit higher before this match, but one of the things is I think now him and Hook are like kind of swapped places here. I think Hook is going to get kind of like that mid card like run for a while, You remember, because Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus had the tag titles and stuff like that, so they had like some sort of championship run. You think it's like Hook's turns now, probably.
I think Perry elevated Hook, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
I think he elevated him, and I think they basically just helped each other out in a lot of ways. Because Perry might have already gotten there anyways, but like I think this was like his like coming out party as like this ultimate prick heel, and it was great. It was great.
And he's going to start a run, at least with like, not probably for a championship, but he's going to start a run of like actual storylines that matter, not just he comes out every once in a while, but like actual, like they're going to put resources to him. It feels like. I
hope so. I mean, I'm just thinking back to who is going to beat Orange Cassidy for that title, that international title. I think we talked about some possibilities here and there, but yeah, it's going to be a close call. I could definitely see a Perry win a TNT title, an international title at this point.
Yeah.
So the show, the official show starts. You got Machine Head as the theme song by Bush. Good song. Theme, never been a theme, I think, for a pay-per-view or PLE. It drives. It has that serious, high-stakes kind of tone. It's a UK band. It fits perfectly with the atmosphere.
Yes, and they are not afraid. Not afraid to use that, 90s alternative music or, remember Orange Cassidy's original theme and stuff, the Pixies and stuff like that. And so they bring in a lot of music.
They go way back. I mean, think about Collision, the song Saturday. I mean, they don't care. They're like, we're wide. We go broad. We broaden our musical interests here. I think it's great.
Yeah, I think especially for a show that doesn't necessarily have the mainstream notoriety, for not everyone is into wrestling, but most people probably know what WWF or WWE, depending if they watched before and stuff. But AEW is not as well known, so I think it's pretty cool. They get the catchy songs, they pull you in a little bit more with that. So.
That Rob Van Dam's coming out to the actual Pantera song now, right?
Oh yeah, it was
it's
awesome.
It's
and,
awesome.
And it's really cool that the crowd knows, they're going.
Oh yeah, that's his song. That's originally his song. They got a WWE had to get another band to make a generic song as close as possible to that song to make it work, and it did. But that is the original song.
I mean. It's just amazing hearing all those people just chant along with it. And one thing I do like is Pantera. I know you like them too. So to hear wrestling fans and Pantera kind of together in one thing, it's amazing.
It's a match made in heaven or a match made in hell. Either way, I want to see it one day happen and hear it one day happen in a large audience like that. That would be amazing. But you got the first official match of the show, third match of the night, CM Punk versus Samoa Joe for the Real World Championship. They start the show. Just goes to show how supportive these two guys are of the young roster. Okay. And here you are getting choked by CM Punk, Jack Perry.
Good.
No respect.
There was a good 20 minutes between those matches, maybe 25 minutes. So in the span of Jungle Boy going back stage, in 20 minutes time he was choked out, and then the man who choked him out goes out and has a match. I
heard stories. Okay, this is just interesting. Maybe I'm wrong here or something, but people are talking about, it's they pulled out Jack Perry, they got him out of the building but it was CM Punk who attacked him. Yeah, but CM Punk has to get out to the ring already. Okay, what are you going to do? Take him out of the building? He's got to go wrestle, then maybe take him out. Whatever.
I got 5 minutes to kick your ass.
I got 5 minutes to show you up, and then I got to go work with Samoa. Joe, come on.
I'll be back after that.
I'll be back. We'll have a talk. Okay?
What the balls that he has to start shit right then, right before your match. Even taking yourself out of your headspace. The balls.
I swear he came out to the show. I was oblivious to the idea that anything happened backstage.
Yeah, absolutely.
I had no idea, and I did not care. As soon as I heard, I'm looking at my phone here. I'm seeing like backstage shit going on. I'm like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I was kind of in disbelief because CM Punk's on the screen, but like I'm seeing like this, like how I'm like, when the hell did that happen?
Right. Like, what do you?
Was this earlier today?
Like,
no, it was like 5 minutes ago.
This guy is amazing.
Yeah,
I mean, like, you're just making me like him more. I don't care.
He just committed assault 10 minutes ago, and now he's out here hitting go to sleeps and Pepsi, whatever it was called.
Now, all the journalists and the people that report it can't really. I don't think the story is totally clear. I'm not sure if Perry confronted Punk after his match to kind of like show him up, like, yeah, I did it, like maybe like to prematurely like get in the head of CM Punk, or to show him that he's not like going to punk out. But I mean, there's a possibility CM Punk approached him right after. I don't think he did, though. I think Perry was like kind of crossing paths with Punk, and it probably took one or two stupid things to say to each other, and all of a sudden you got the hands of Punk wrapping around Jack Perry. It could have happened. Lord knows what could have happened, but yeah.
I think Jack Perry just learned like that CM Punk will risk it all every time.
I swear we're only talking about this because of how ridiculous it is. We hope it's going to turn into a storyline. So
they got a feud next.
They got to have a feud. For the love of God, give them a feud.
Yeah, at least what's in the Samoa Joe one for a while.
Right. Maybe have Jack Perry rejoin forces with Christian. Rejoin forces again. God, I love Christian.
Oh yeah.
Bell rings. The crowd's going crazy. Okay, you got the Joe chants. They lock up. Punk just thrives in these. Like I have to point out, he's thriving already. Okay, he's got a conflicted crowd in the audience. He's got a conflicted crowd in the backstage. The guy is loving life. They lock up again. Headlocked by CM Punk. Back suplex by Joe. Punk holds on. Rolls to the outside. Joe does to break the hold. Chops Punk. Joe looks to run into Punk onto the barricades, but Punk runs. Got a little cat and mouse going on, okay? Joe in the ring, strikes exchange. Joe chops by Joe, traps Punk in the ropes, who's teetering like the pendulum, okay? He's in the ring. He's like seesawing his CM Punk, okay?
Oh, yeah.
As he's getting
that was one of the best parts of that match.
It was a great spot. I'm not going to forget about it anytime soon, okay?
And it's great because it was funny. It was... I don't know. I kind of enjoyed it for the wrestling part, but like it was also ridiculous. It
got me going.
Yeah.
A kick by Punk. Then on the middle rope, he hits that Hurricane Rana. Okay, and it will be the first. I think it will be the first of one more to come. And we don't see Punk doing Hurricanes that often. He tries to hit a plancha onto Samoa Joe outside, who just walks away. Okay, literally just goes whatever with his hand.
Oh, yeah.
And then Joe's running around having a blast. He's got Olay chants going on. He's excited. I can't blame him.
It was disrespectful, and it was great.
He tries to attack Punk, ends up driving his right shoulder into one of the posts. Punk goes for another Huracan, gets caught, gets driven into the bottom of a commentator's table. Okay, that was a great spot. Head right into the table.
Yep.
Okay, then Joe flicks off CM Punk.
Punk comes out of the table with the blood on the forehead.
Busted open.
Oh, yeah. It was just like immediate. Just
you think Punk is maybe going to tire out Joe because Joe's attacking, but no. Joe hits the enziguri. He looks to set up a muscle buster. Punk slips out, hits a roundhouse kick. This is the first of two, and it drops Joe. So when Punk hits those kicks, it's pretty brutal. Both are down. Crowd chanting. Crowds are going crazy. Shoulder tackle by Punk. Back suplex. John Cena style. Okay. Then he even has the hand up. He looks to go, you can't see me. What does he do? He does the Hulk Hogan, hand to the ear, hits the leg drop, and Joe rises up like he's hulking up after a near fall attempt from Mr. Perfect or Macho Man or anybody that's ever tried to defeat Hulk Hogan when he's hulking up.
What was the point of all of that? I mean, it was entertaining, absolutely. But
I think I don't know what it is, but all I know is that it got me thinking that CM Punk is the John Cena of this business right now. Like he is the top of the guy. He is on the top creme de la creme. And it doesn't matter if you hate him or not. He's gonna do whatever the hell he wants to do.
Yeah, then it was that Samoa Joe Hulk Hogan then.
So Samoa Joe was kind of like, I guess, like throwing it back at him because CM Punk went from, I swear, in like 2 moves, he went from John Cena, okay, to The Rock, because it looked like he was sending him up for a people's elbow.
Yep.
And then he went and did a Hulk Hogan leg drop.
So he was just like trying to say best to ever do it or something, maybe.
He's trying to say, I am the guy.
Yeah.
Hogan, Rock, Cena. I mean, all these guys are just your money maker, golden goose guys. And he's basically saying, I'm the golden goose. I think that's for me, that's the way I interpreted it. But,
He is.
And he is. I mean, and people will say, oh, well, he's not. All the time I see stories about, oh, he's not making nearly as much money as this is. Well, guess what? It doesn't really freaking matter because the studios are literally saying, we want Punk and we're only going to give you this kind of space if you put that dude in there. That's what we want. And that's the same type of shit that was probably going on with guys like Hulk Hogan, The Rock, and John Cena. And that's it.
Yeah, so. I mean, I definitely watched Collision specifically for CM Punk.
Thank you. Yes. You know, you can't tell me that CM Punk's like presence in AEW is a bad thing when 2 years ago, okay, there was no way in hell that you could just say, oh yeah, we're going to do a Wembley Stadium show. Okay. Whether or not it's his doing or not, he is impacted. He is a part of it. He's part of the cause. That's it. Yeah. Okay. He's part of the ripple effect. Now, you know, Joe applies the STF. Okay. After hitting a big power slam, nice power slam, another big kick by Punk though. After he breaks away, goes for that spinning toe hold in honor of Terry Funk, the Funker. Knee strike countered by Joe. Pretty much a Uranagi. Joe for the muscle buster. Punk fights it off. Joe back to Punk for a suplex on the corner. Punk bites the head of Joe and then hits that Pepsi plunge from the top rope for the 1, 2, 3. So. Yeah, Pepsi plunge, cool move. Triple H, it's a pedigree off the top rope.
Yeah,
the way I
never seen it before. Well, yeah. I mean, probably seen something similar, but like never seen a Pepsi plunge.
Maybe seen it once or twice. Yeah,
yeah.
He went all. He's like, I swear, this guy's gone from like he likes to. He's going. You know what's so funny? He's everything but his WWE self. He's going back to his old school days, and he's like going to his new way, which is essentially Hulk Hogan, Rock, John Cena, Super Dick, Super CM Punk, Super CM Punk over here.
He's going to metaphorically like Hollywood Hogan.
He's like Hollywood Hogan. Yeah, I don't know what to say. I love it. Okay, that's all I gotta say. The crowd was loving it. He's getting high fives. Great match. Nobody really hated Punk in the audience. I think they just got into it. He's an entertainer. I mean, he's one of the best to do it. So it was a fun match. I hope this is one of the last matches between these two. Don't need to see any more storyline between Samoa Joe and CM Punk. I want to see CM Punk. Get that title off of him and have a match with MJF. That's one thing I want. But
yeah.
So
that will see. I mean, that's the eventual long game, isn't it? Do you think?
Yeah.
Probably, depending on how long the reign is for MJF, it could even be like enough to like start CM Punk what he was supposed to do with the belt.
Right. Drop that title to MJF when the time is right. Merge the titles, obviously. One champion. I can't stand 2 champions in a promotion, but whatever.
Yeah, CM Punk's belt does not matter.
It doesn't. I mean, the only reason why it matters is because it's CM Punk. That's it. It's the only reason why it matters, and he hasn't lost it. That
I'd
title
be pissed
will mean
if I was MJF.
I'll put it this way: that title will mean jack shit if he drops the title to anybody else but MJF.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, exactly. I'd be pissed in real life if I was MJF about this. I'd be like, what the fuck?
Do you really think anyone would have given a shit if anybody came to the WWE with the Real World Championship, the WCW title, if it was anybody else other than Ric Flair?
No.
It had to be Ric Flair. So, that's what he's doing. He's pulling a Ric Flair. He's pulling a Ric Flair.
Yeah.
I swear.
It does cause constant drama between the two, so it is good.
We'll see what happens. Fourth match, Golden Elite. Kota Ibushi, Kenny Omega, Hangman Adam Page versus the Bullet Club Gold, Juice Robinson, and Jay White, and Konosuke Takeshita. Don Callis at commentary. Nigel McGuinness, happy to have him. Nigel loves Callis.
Yeah.
So, meanwhile, everybody's just cursing him. You know?
Yeah, with that music and
that shit. The brown cord shitting on his existence. Okay,
for sure.
I love the entranceway. I thought the entranceway looked really cool at this moment when the Bullet Club came out. They really showed off. They like had a close up of Jay White and Juice in this like cube with the lights behind it. It just really, I thought it was a really cool entrance. I felt like the entranceway was like kind of in the middle of the stadium because if you notice, their walk wasn't that long.
Yeah. I think it maybe the midway or something.
Yeah. Didn't take too much away from it. What's up?
I mean, it was long enough. It was longer than a normal ramp for them,
right?
Because normally theirs are pretty short.
Yeah,
and I guess they have the screens up closer. That's but this one was long enough still for like a drone footage to go across it because they had the drone footage and then everything. So, but it wasn't like it wasn't like a WrestleMania entrance or something like that.
Yeah, no, that's what's up. That is true. Guns, they're accompanying Juice and White, so they're getting involved. Omega comes out after Hangman and Ibushi with fireworks. He gets that royal entrance, and I mean, real quickly, like Juice and Hangman, they started off quick tag to Omega though for a double axe handle, tag teaming chops. Bushi, White tagged in, and we time traveled back to 2020 Wrestle Kingdom. These two had a feud, and I felt like they were definitely into each other throughout most of the match. A big suicida tope by Omega onto the Bullet Club. Thought it was cool. Hangman in to save Omega as the match goes to chaos. Order is reestablished, and Bullet Club isolates Omega. You got a weak ass cover by Juice Robinson. That's JR's words, not mine. Omega gets strikes in. Near fall. Juice is pissed. Guns involved to keep Omega from tagging Ibushi. He does tag Adam Page. Hits the over the shoulder on Jay White and a plancha on Juice. Suicide on Takeshita. Leaping lariat off the top onto White for the near fall. So yeah, Hangman is on fire. Ibushi tagged in. Lots of strikes to White. You got the standing moonsault. Omega targets Takeshita. Moonsaults off the top to the outside by both Ibushi and Omega. You got the Golden Lover chance going on. Okay. Don't know how I feel about that, but I do. I mean, I love Kota Ibushi. You should feel good. Okay. I love Kota Ibushi. I love Omega. I'm not sold on them working together. I'm not, but okay. I did like that one blood and guts match.
Yeah,
I'll give him that. Okay, running attacks.
I think we're going to be surprised after. I think this is going to be like a coming out for Takeshita on all this.
Oh yeah. We're going to get into that. Eventually, you get high knee strikes to Takeshita, Juice in the ring, Tiger Plex, then a German Blue Thunder Bomb though by Takeshita near fall. Okay, you got big chops by Omega and a knee to the back. Poison Rana, near fall by Omega. Omega and Page, they're working their tag team offense. They're doing their moonsaults, their flips, all kinds of crazy stuff that they like to work together. Just vintage going back to their tag team championship days. Near fall on Takeshita. Cal is starting to lose his shit. Chokes up. Hangman for the buckshot. Guns distract. Page hits the moonsault on the Guns. Back in, gets hit by White. Half hatch. Omega and Bushi. Ibushi starts forearming White. And then, buckshot by Hangman to take Takeshita. Omega in the ring. Blade Runner attempt blocked. V triggers. And then Takeshita gets the roll up for the win. And Callis,
It was really picking up for a while.
What's that?
It was really just like picking up. It was like just kept like going faster. The pace was getting quicker and quicker and quicker.
Yeah, it was going a lot quicker than how I was trying. I was trying to call it as quick as possible. It was going that fast. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just like move after move after move.
Yeah.
They were synchronizing all this stuff, and then all of a sudden roll up, and it's over, and everyone's in shock. And it was.
I really
like,
want to point out.
oof.
What's up?
It's like going from 100 to 0 in like a second. You're just like, holy
They
crap.
kicked it into fourth gear real quick.
Yeah.
I really got to point out that when all three of the members of the Golden Elite attack Jay White, German suplex, half-hatch suplex, and running attacks, White still kicks out. I mean, the guy's, it can be tough as nails when he wants to be, you know. But yeah, Takeshita gets the roll up for the win. Callis says we just changed the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now they got a match. They got a one-on-one match, I believe, in Seattle.
Yeah, I think for All Out, right?
Is it All Out? Yeah, I think it's All Out, right? Or I was thinking of that Wrestle Dream show, but I think it's All Out.
The September, the one that's this weekend.
Yeah, we're gonna have to call that.
Yeah,
that's next week. I mean, next weekend. Yeah, it's like amazing how they're gonna have two pay-per-views back to back.
Yeah, and it's going to be like a Friday night show, even though, you know, it's previously recorded Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, 2 weeks in a row. So it's incredible.
It's nuts. It's nuts. Oh,
hopefully it better be good then, if they're going to do that too.
Yeah, I think it'll be good. They better discount the hell out of those prices.
Yeah. And
they should have had a package deal. Like you pay them. I mean, shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So 5th match, FTR, Young Bucks, AEW World Tag Team Championship match. Okay. Got to point it out. Young Bucks, they come out to their new song. I don't know if you've heard it yet.
Oh, yeah.
So I remember you had stepped away. I don't know if you got to really take a listen.
I mean, I haven't studied it, but I remember it. It's kind of ridiculous.
It's kind of ridiculous. Yeah. I like the original music. Mm-hmm. So I might have to give it another listen and get used to it. So
Super Kick Party.
Yeah. They lock up. I mean, they go right into this match. You got a beautiful corkscrew by Nick Jackson to FTR on the outside. You got a Bret Hart elbow by Matt Jackson, the cash wheeler. Okay. You got pretty much everything you expect from these two tag teams doing what they would do to each other. They're the two best tag teams, arguably, in the entire world.
Oh, yeah. And it's pretty much the only reason why we have these matches is over and over again.
Right. They're just too fun to watch. You get trifectas of German suplexes and Northern Light suplexes, lightning speed. They know each other so well. Dax, though, things kick into fourth gear when you got Dax applying the sharpshooter on Matt Jackson. Meanwhile, Cash applies the sharpshooter along the apron. And Nick, to Nick Jackson, who they're not the legal men in the ring, so it didn't matter anyways if they're along the ropes or whatnot. But Nick, with a face plant and a moonsault, taking out both members of FTR. You got Nick and Matt literally setting up for that suplex, followed by the top splash, right, from the corner onto Dax. But Dax lifts up his knees, okay? Mm-hmm. Then meanwhile, you got Cash going after Matt, and Matt hits his knees up.
Yep.
Okay, this is ridiculous. One after the other. Super kicks from the Bucks. Stuff spike pile driver. Near fall as Dak kicks out at like 2.5. You got the BTE duck. The knees collide between the Bucks. That was a great moment. Cash takes out Nick to the outside. FTR hits the trigger. Kisses Matt on the cheeks. Hits the shatter machine. Pin attempt only 2. Okay, yep. Could have been the end right there. The crowd is going nuts.
Oh yeah, okay. The hype is really, really, really high at this point.
Yeah. Fake springboard super kick by Dax. Nick Huracan to Dax. Cash misses the 450 off the springboard. That was amazing.
It was impressive looking, though.
Very impressive. Super kick by Matt. Near fall. Both Bucks in the ring. They hit the BTE. Shatter machine to Dax after Dax looking up saying, they got me. Mm-hmm. I almost thought that was it. You got BTE to Cash again, okay, who kicks out. Shatter machine is hit, though, soon after for the victory for FTR.
Yeah, man, he's like kicking out of everything. Like he's like a John Cena of tag teams right now.
And you know, what did you think of it? What did you think could have happened? Did you think the Bucks were going to win this match?
Not really.
Not really.
I mean,
Yeah,
my heart wants them to win it because I'm down with them.
Right.
Since they had that epic heel run, but
right.
No, it doesn't make sense. You know what? Here's the thing. I think that this story did nothing to advance anything. It doesn't really matter, honestly. No. I think it was just we want at Wembley show, we want to have these two teams go at it because But with that said, it sounds like I'm being critical, but I am. No. It was awesome. And it was awesome. Fitting of the show. So
yeah, it's fitting of the show. You had to get the two best two best tag teams that you could possibly get, put them in the ring, and have an all-out war. And that's exactly what they did. Did I think that the Young Bucks could surprise us and they could just totally like pull that twist? Absolutely. And I think that's why it worked because my heart's with FTR, but I knew in the back of my head
because you look like Dax
like Dax. Hardwood. Yeah, I think of Dax Hardwood. I mean, these are my types of people. But the Young Bucks, they could win at any moment. You never know when they're going to win, right?
Yeah, that is very believable that, these are the two best tag teams in AEW going at it.
Yeah, they really are. And,
I still don't think they're going to win it, even though I want them to. But I think it was just, here's our biggest show ever. We need these two people in it right now, or these two teams. So
FTR, they are like having the best wrestling year of their whole entire career. And they will go down as easily like in the top 10 best tag teams of all time when it's all said and done, at least for a very, very long time.
Top guys
out. Sixth match, Eddie Kingston, Penta El Cerro, Miedo, best friends. Okay, Orange Cassidy, Chuck Taylor, Trent Beretta versus the Blackpool Combat Club. You got John Moxley, Claudio Castagnoli, Wheeler Yuta. And then you got Santana Ortiz back in the mix. Stadium Stampede match. This is the third Stampede match ever. Okay, Stadium Stampede match. You got Moxley in the the BCC with those jackets. Okay, kind of look. They're like winter, like British winter coats. That's what they kind of remember. That's what they made me think of. I was like, oh, they're going sporty on this one. They're going like formal on this one. Fireworks. For the best friends, big uproar for Kingston, who just runs straight to Claudio. You know what's going on. They're all rumbling to the entrance on the entrance ramp. You know this match is going to be awesome. Boards with barbed wire already set up. Yep.
You know whose stock is really going up? It's like best friends. Like like this time a year ago, they might have been on AEW Dark or something, showing up just to help out. Orange Cassidy. Now they're on the biggest pay-per-view. For AEW history. And I mean, they've got like a featured spot too. They're going against Blackpool Combat Club. I mean, geez, that is big for them.
Yeah. And you know what? It's crazy because I actually thought, now that you mentioned that, it's a good point. Trent Beretta, he's great. Like, these guys are great workers. They bust their ass day in, day out. They deserve to be on this card. But when you put Trent Beretta up against a Claudio, you see like why Claudio is like the Swiss Superman, right?
His speed and agility,
his size, really his strength, his agility, everything.
Because Trent's a big dude.
Trent's a big dude. But then you got Claudio, who's just like Superman over here. And then even Mox is like kind of overtowering Brett. Like, they were beating up on the best friends for a while there. And I was like, damn. But, definitely the guys who won this match were kind of like the underdogs. It was so clear they were like the underdogs. They were the I don't know.
They were the bad news bears, is what they were. Like
the bad news bears. That's a great analogy.
Okay? Like this weird collection. Eddie Kingston, Orange Cassidy. Like
they
should be feuding, not teaming together.
Ragtag group of individuals facing on like Austin, Texas's greatest. Yeah, like the Texas Dome. Yeah, the Astrodome. Sorry, the best of the best from Texas.
Yeah,
in the BCC.
And then let's throw in Penta El Cerro.
Then you go throw in Penta. Okay,
we don't know what to do with you, so we need to get you on the pay-per-view.
I was so happy because I love Pentagon. Yeah, and it's going crazy. I mean, we could jump right into the some of the big spots. Obviously, you know where we're going with this. The top spot of this match, probably the most gruesome spot of the entire night, were the skewers. Okay, we think of Masada because we saw Masada live do this. This was kind of what he's known for, is to like literally take the skewers, pop the top to get those things really stuck in there. It's disgusting. It's got to be illegal in some way, shape, or form. And yeah, Moxley's. This is the second time I've seen him do it. I know the last time I saw it was in Japan, and it was brutal. And I just remember turning, like maybe going to the kitchen for a split second, and I'm hearing the commentators losing their shit. Like they're seeing like somebody get amputated, and I'm like, what's happening? I gotta go over and I see, sure enough, the skewers. I'm like, okay. It's like, no wonder why. And the crowd, people on Facebook, people are like making little memes and all this and that. People online, they're talking about John Moxley kind of like going too far or something, or just this is not good, or this is just another example of him just trying to bleed all the time. First of all, like he's not going to do this often, okay? And second of all, this is not like the first time we've witnessed shit like this before, okay?
But I think they're also like I hear people talking about like 5 seconds into the match, he's already bleeding. Like he does bleed a lot.
He does,
but I love it. I
love it. Can you
do it more?
Can you just accept the fact that he's a hardcore wrestler? He's a brawler and he's a hardcore wrestler.
Yeah,
get over it. There's not too many left. Okay, like he's kind of a dying breed.
His character is awesome.
His character's awesome. He knows how to cut a promo. He looks like some crazy ass badass ex police officer turned freaking felon. What do you want me to say?
Like he should have been in ECW. Like
he could have been. Yeah, he could have been in ECW. He would have soared. He would have soared in any era. I think I could say that, maybe except for the golden era. Other than that, he would have been like perfect for any era. Is John Moxley.
Like imagine, as long as like his accent isn't weird or something for the time, I think he could have done well in the Attitude Era. Like,
absolutely.
Or any of the other stuff was just mentioned.
Yeah, the guy.
I think he fits.
He fits. I mean, he's just got that presence about him, which I noticed from the moment the Shield came out. He was that guy. But anywho, we get into the hands in the pockets by Orange Cassidy. Okay, does the little kicks to Moxley. Okay, I'm wondering where the hell is this gonna go. Okay, what happens? Mox literally tries to strike. I think he ducks, hits like a drop kick. What does Mox do? He whips out a fork. And he's like, he just runs up on him, starts stabbing him in the face. It was the perfect moment to what happens when you go Cassidy on a Moxley.
Yeah, okay? That was like just pure rage that just came out.
Yeah, he just went freaking whole hog on Orange Cassidy. Okay, and it was dinner time. I love it. Yeah, you don't mess with Moxley.
I feel like they should have a rematch because of that.
Should. Okay.
But what's possible, they might, just because they announced the matches for his title. Moxley's one of the contenders now.
Brainbuster to Cassidy on the chair. Okay. Then barbed wire to Trent. Okay. Chuck Taylor with an umbrella. Okay. You got shades of Mary Poppins. Okay. I got to say it. Mary Poppins, y'all. Beretta power
wrestling. You never thought it would happen.
Right. And there it is. Beretta power bomb to the ladder by Santana Ortiz. Sue comes out in a Mercedes van. It's Sue.
Because the other van, the white Dodge, got destroyed recently.
So she upgraded.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome, the Mercedes
Tell
van.
me why. I can't even tell who it was. I want to say it was Moxley. But it was someone from the BCC who literally went to her window, told her, I think, to stop the car. Maybe even gave her a kiss on the cheek. Basically just said, give me the trays. Got the trays out with cookies and everything.
Claudio. I remember.
It was Claudio.
Claudio was the one who was making her get out of the car and stuff like that.
They start smacking the shit out of the opponents with the cookie trays. Awesome. As if this match couldn't get more random enough. Okay.
Yeah.
It was great. Then you got that moment with Pentagon or El Cerro, now in Obscuro form. He's in all red. He hits the sunset flip powerbomb to Santana on the two tables. Okay, they have a little bit of a moment where it looked like they were going to fall off the ladder, but they hit it. At one point, you do have a cut of Wheeler Yuta. Who was he working with? I want to say, was it Chuck Taylor? It was like a back body drop onto some ramp outside. But anywho, Wheeler will make his way back into this match in the ring. Best friends, they get Wheeler in the ring. What do? They hug him. You get the pan out.
Yep.
And give the people what they want. There you go. And then they stomp the shit out of him. There you go. Yep. until Ortiz comes in, saves with a tray. Okay. Thank you, Sue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trent's
And
mom is really coming through for them.
big time. Yes, she earns that Mercedes. Chuck Taylor with a nice awful waffle. I thought I heard. I swear to God, I thought I heard a awful waffle to Yuta. Claudio with the swing, Superman swing to Cassidy. Okay, 20 rotations, almost hits his head onto a table is what it looked like to be. Orange punch by Cassidy, and another to Claudio, and a third for a very near fall. And then Cassidy goes Jean-Claude Van Damme, goes for blood sport, goes kickboxer. Yes, tapes up his fist, throws a bottle into a bucket, breaks the glass, wants to dip his taped hand into that glass so he could have a sharded up fist.
What was that, kickboxer?
That's definitely blood sport and kickboxer.
That's blood sport and kickboxer.
First blood sport, then kickboxer one. Great movies.
I know.
Tries for the orange punch, but he gets caught. Mox saves him, saves Claudio, hits the DDT. DDT by Cassie. Pop-up uppercut, though, by Claudio. So Mox distracts Cassie just enough to get that for allow Claudio to hit the uppercut. Kingston, though, makes his way down the ramp. Barbed wire chair. Santana Ortiz then in the ring to Claudio to help Claudio. Mox grabs the chair, distracts Kingston for a roll-up. Kingston spears Mox into a table. This match is getting crazy, as if it isn't already obvious.
This is one of the more memorable parts, though, when they zoom in right there on their
the
faces.
Stare down, and he spears Mox into the table, and they're just like, blood everywhere.
Yeah.
And Cassie with an orange punch to Claudio for the pin victory. Beautiful. Highly amusing Stadium Stampede match. At one point, don't you think Mox and Kingston are gonna have a match, or is this just because this is what it is? And it's like they've already had a match. They're best friends, but they also have this issue going on.
Yeah,
Mox did what he had to do. Kingston did what he had to do. Yep.
Yeah, I think that's still it. Because I really think that they're gonna do the Orange Cassidy Moxley thing for a while.
Yeah, that's what you point out. We could see an international champion in Moxley who goes back to New Japan, goes around the world, starts defending that international title.
Yeah, you know? I mean, if somebody's going to take it off Orange Cassidy, it better be Jon Moxley if he's going up against him.
If he's going up against him, yeah. And I wouldn't be surprised. It wouldn't take anything away from anybody.
No, there's no defeat. There's no defeat there. I mean,
right.
It's kind of works better for Orange Cassidy to lose to him just because he's in a match with Jon Moxley, who was not that long ago the world champion,
and he's been defending that title a lot. Okay,
he beat Daniel Bryan too.
Could be Daniel. Yeah. Maybe it could be Daniel Bryan. Yeah, maybe because Mox has some fights with him, maybe some tag matches, and he's like, you know what? Let's send in Daniel Bryan. Like, you know what? You really want to mess around with us? Let's bring in the Dragon. And because Bryan hasn't won any titles yet in AEW. But, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it was Mox to win that title as well. And like I was saying, is that Cassidy's defended so many times. He goes up against a Mox. He has no choice but to lose to Moxley because Moxley's way too much for him in his current state of mind.
Yeah.
Dude looked like he was about to literally pass out for real after that match. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm sure the match will be like a hardcore, some sort of no disqualification, and he's just gonna get it murdered.
Flesh is literally falling off of Jon Moxley's face. I saw blood with a little piece of flesh. It was disgusting.
And you think you can beat that, Orange Cassidy?
Nah.
I love you, but you can't.
Yeah, no. 7th match. Okay, this total 180 right here. You got 7th match. AEW Women's World Championship match. You got Hikaru Shida versus the champion versus Toni Storm, Soraya, Britt Baker, right?
Yep.
Right off the bat, Soraya comes out with her family to We Will Rock You. Queen theme song. That's the first of that's like, let me think. I'm trying to think of all the different songs. I know that we got Metallica. I mean, we even got Judas. We got Machine Head. We got a lot of songs that are being pulled, but We Will Rock You is an interesting one. Toni Storm comes out, got the fireworks, right? And this match was quick. Okay. Big moment was when Mama Soraya gets hit by inadvertently by Storm, setting up big conflict between the two, between Storm and Soraya. Soraya goes after Storm, Shida gets in the way of Soraya, as does Britt Baker, and they both get, hit for their unfortunate, just happening to be there. Ruby Riott comes out, just tries to calm down both of them, gets hit for her efforts, gets taken right out.
Yep.
Baker, with a kick to Storm, who falls on Soraya, who kicks out and is like, again, you're trying to mess with me? They're pretty much like ending the Outcasts right here.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Or at least going to have somebody's getting kicked out or
something.
Somebody's
getting kicked out of nowhere. Soraya, what does she do? She puts her in what is the page turner. I don't know what the official name, AEW submission name is, but it's the same damn move. It's page turner. And what happens? You get a stomp from Shida. Okay. Kick out by Storm after all that. Okay. Looked, it was amazing.
She should win the match just based on that.
Exactly, is what Nigel McGuinness said. Baker puts the glove on before getting attacked by Shida, who then lifts Soraya, suplexes Baker onto Soraya, Meteora onto Soraya. This is not a bad match. This is pretty cool. They worked well together. They made it all look good. Baker with the lockjaw to Shida. Cannot get the fingers into the mouth of Shida. Pin attempt by Shida. Baker holds on. Soraya sprays Storm in the face with that spray paint, hits the nightcap, and pins Storm while Shida is being held by Baker. So, yeah, it worked,
Yep. And now we have a new champion.
Yeah. In her hometown, United Kingdom, Wembley Stadium, her home country, makes perfect sense,
Who'd you think was going to win before
I called that Soraya was going to win. Yeah.
Really?
It was because she has to win that title at one point sooner or later, and this would be the perfect time to do it.
Yeah,
in front of that audience.
I did not call that.
Yeah,
I thought Shida was going to retain this one, but
kind of went out on a limb.
Makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. Honestly, I think I'm wondering why hasn't she been champion already? She should have been champion from day when she came in the door, or the next month or something.
They could have.
So my conspiracy theory is they hold it off till they have a show in England here, and then they drop the belt to her.
They waited for that money moment. Yep.
Maybe Shida wasn't even supposed to have the belt originally.
Yeah. I was I wasn't expecting Shida to this. I felt like Shida came out of nowhere.
Yeah, exactly.
So
it was like, here you go. You're getting a push all the way to the top.
There you go.
After getting a title shot after beating Nyla Rose. Okay, cool. I mean, there's a few other people that you could go through.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think it was okay, well, we need to make this England show really, really good. So
yeah.
Same with the Young Bucks FTR match, Just
out of the woodworks, these matches were put together very quickly. There was not much build for a lot of these matches.
Mm-hmm.
But it was, Fatal 4, no DQ. Kind of makes Soraya look like a little more of a baby face because there's really no cheating. She's over here jumping around crying, saying, I did it. I mean, I know that's kind of a reference.
Her mom got attacked.
Mom got attacked. Well, she got out of that injury. She's been out for so long, so many years. We were wondering if she was even going to come back, let alone when, let alone how, let alone to this kind of, reception. Yeah.
I mean, maybe the reception was kind of frosty a little bit in the beginning. I'm sold. I'm down.
Now I'm into it. Yeah. Now I'm actually saying, okay, yeah. Now she's she looked good. She looked really good in the ring. She looks like a champion. The music's popping much better. I've gotten used to her whole package.
Yeah.
I'm cool with it. So yeah, excited.
And her character is actually a little different. Just to extend this out a little bit more. She's a little more, as a heel, she's just not quite as aggressive, but she's more I don't know, it has a slight annoyingness to her now or something.
She's very versatile.
Yeah. Yeah, she's evolving her character. Yeah. Who's not evolving their character?
I will always love Soraya. I will always love Paige. I will never stop. I'm never going to say
from
this.
10 years ago to now, completely different characters.
But it will never stop. Yeah, I will always love this woman. Okay, it's not going to stop. She's great. She's great in the ring. She always has been. And so there it is.
I want to make one last point on this. Who is not evolving their character much is Britt Baker. And here's the thing: like, this is where she needs to like kind of add something else to her character now. And I think that she's kind of getting stale. I think that's what's happening right now. You have all this new talent coming in. You have people kind of evolving these characters. She's pretty much the exact same, but just not as terrible as she was before.
She got a little better. She's more confident. She's more comfortable. Great. But
I mean, like, terrible in the sense, like, she's not as much of a heel as she used to be.
Well, that's true. She's not. Yeah. She's more of a face. I don't know what to say, what to call her at this point.
Yeah, exactly. And, like, what's the story with her? There's no real storyline. She was just supporting other people for a while. So
I think that's a great way to put it. She's kind of stale. She's becoming a stable. And stables and stales are not far apart, Yeah. It's a fine line between just being a stable, being someone you like a good hand, and being someone that's just kind of, plateaued.
Yeah. And they just need to add something new to her gimmick or.
Yeah. A new fresh coat of paint.
Yeah. Or maybe add something like an actual gimmick, not something ridiculous, of course, because she is actually a doctor or a dentist. Are
we thinking Isaac can't come over here?
I don't know. Just some sort of new facet to this character.
Right. No, you're absolutely right. She needs a more complexity, I would say. Maybe a little more storyline, just something else, a twist. Get her invested in a storyline. Get her invested in something with a real feud. Maybe I need to see more of Britt Baker when she was in that crazy ass hardcore match. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Who was she with against
that kind of like made her
that kind of made her. So where is more of that? I kind of want to see the demented kind of sadistic kind of Britt Baker, because we know that's there. So let's see more of it.
Yeah, I mean, I could even think like things I'd want to see would be like her getting like double crossed or something and bringing out that like real spiteful Britt again, and like but finding something else at the same time.
I'm up for it. I'm up for it. You got Darby Allin, 8th match. Darby Allin, Sting, Swerve Strickland, Christian Cage, coffin match. Darby Allin and Sting coming out to Seek and Destroy by Metallica.
Another good selection.
Good selection. Sounded good. They came out at the perfect time during the song. It just hit. It all made sense. And Sting comes out with the Joker face. Joker Sting. Making it work. He's coming out with he's literally using a British accent during that little big screen promo prior to them coming out. It was hilarious. And he makes it work.
Yeah.
This guy can do whatever he wants.
Yeah, no, this was all stupid, but it was amazing. It was amazingly done.
It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, a couple things I'm just going to point out here. You got a springboard moonsault by Darby and that torpedo, suicide. It looks great every time he does it. At one point, Swerve is in the casket, and it looks like at one point he's about to be thrown into the casket. What does Christian do? He closes the casket, so Swerve lands right on the top. That must have hurt, but it was smart thinking by the veteran to keep Swerve out of the casket. So you got a stunner by Darby, on the apron. Then Sting, a stunner to Swerve, I believe it was. Sting leaps to Swerve on the table, crashes down with a sit-down splash. Excellent, Luchasaurus makes his way, beats up on Sting and Darby. Nick Wayne tries to save the day with a skateboard. Not so much. He gets a power bomb straight onto the skateboard, then gets literally lifted over Luchasaurus's shoulders and gets carried out to the out of the arena. We never hear from them again.
Great. I love it.
Yeah. God only knows what Luchasaurus did to Nick Wayne.
He probably still has him in captivity too.
Has him in captivity,
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's probably still doing whatever he did to him.
Probably still. Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to make some sort of Luchasaurus reference here with a Nick Wayne. But yeah. Coffin drop from the top to the casket by Darby. Missed. Right on the back. Darby's back looked like it was in serious pain. At one point, Cage is in the ring by himself. Scorpion Death Lock by Sting. Okay, Sting is pretty much like had hit both men with splashes, hits the Scorpion Deathlock on the Christian Cage. Chair by Swerve to the back. Big mistake. You get the UF'd up chance. Cage with the bat to Sting. And by the way, it's a cricket bat. Okay, it's British, so it's great. It's UK, so it's a cricket bat.
Really paying attention to the details here.
They know what they're doing. What they're doing. Swerve hits that stomp to Sting. Nice. Swerve has Sting in the casket. Throws the bat in with Sting. Probably the dumbest thing he could have done, because before he could close it, Sting uses the bat as to keep the door open, the casket door open. Then Sting on the casket. Okay, Swerve goes for a 450 splash, misses it, lands right on the damn casket. Darby hits Cage with his TNT title. Scorpion Death drop onto the casket, the dent. Okay. Like literally just lands on that dent of the casket. I'm sure Swerve's fine, but he makes it look so painful. And then Swerve's thrown into the casket. He's trying to refuse the door from being closed. Literally, the door is thrown onto his fingers. I mean, he's crying and panting. I almost feel bad for Swerve Strickland. That's the best.
He got beat up a lot in this match.
Anytime there's a casket match, okay? I always think back to certain matches, all right? One of them being Kamala, okay, versus The Undertaker. Go back and watch. The reason why I love this match so much is because Kamala, this big dude, okay, is just deathly afraid of The Undertaker, okay? It's not a great match at all, but he's just so scared of Undertaker, so scared of the casket that, like, he's like a little baby. And he's a big dude. And he almost, literally, I felt when I was pretty young, I sympathized with Kamala. I was like, poor guy, he's scared shitless. And then he got knocked out and just kind of rolled out it was very slow and rolled out into the coffin, really made you think about it. And then, the music hits. That's the way I like coffin matches, where like you kind of hold out on it. It's not like, you've seen WWE lately with the coffin matches. They just throw them in there, shut the door. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like the same as when they get to the top of the ladder and they're getting like Money in the Bank or belt or anything like that. It's the real. There's not a fake out because they do it real fast. You're like,
it's not. I mean, you got to make it look. You got to really like use it for all it's worth, and kind of emphasize that this guy is about to be placed into a casket. He is about to be. The next step is to be buried, and that's it. Okay?
Yeah, because if he gets past this point, he's dead. He's the dead. Mindset. Yep.
And that is the way I think Swerve kind of sold it. Eventually, Darby hits a coffin drop onto Swerve and then closes the casket. It's over. Swerve's out, So I think even some of Swerve's hair was sticking out of the casket. But that you can't do anything about that. I'm sorry. I got to point out. It's ridiculous. It was crazy. But he made it work. The guy just made it work. Okay. I love Swerve Strickland. Okay. So, yeah. Any thoughts on that?
I mean, again, a very entertaining match. It's like
the show is just entertaining. So entertaining throughout the card.
This one, like a few months ago, I would have been like, well, what the hell are you on if you like predicted that this was going to happen? But like the interesting connecting them all together through with Nick Wayne, and this is Nick or whatever his name. Yeah, it's Nick Wayne, right?
Nick Wayne.
Yeah,
yep.
They've all technically been connected through him getting, and then him getting beat up in his like little like garage training academy,
right?
Whatever. And now Sting's getting pulled into it, so it's like these real random elements all
little by together. Little they built this match up, and I'm okay with that. This match had a little bit of build up. Yeah
that was good. That was kind of a nice relief. It was weird at the same time to watch. This is what's happening, but it was great. I love this match. I thought it was real good.
I enjoyed it.
Put together. Good pacing. I mean, they just beat the crap out of Swerve the whole time.
I loved it. I you know what? That's the thing about this show. I think they just had it in mind. We're going to try to put on a show that people will remember, people will want to come back to. I think they're pulling it off. So, going back to, this was not an okay show. This was not an okay show. This was a show this was a great show. This is a show to remember.
Okay? This was a show worthy of like the Wembley Stadium type thing.
Yeah. People need to really just take it all. Maybe need to go back and watch it again. Stop trying to undersell it. The damn show was great. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It
was long, but it was great.
It was a little long, but yeah, it was great. It felt like it was even longer because there's so much going on. Could some of the matches have more build? Sure. But that doesn't take away from the fact that the card was very entertaining and had
you know what we should do? We should have a test in like 3, 4, 5, 6 months.
Yeah.
See like if we remember WrestleMania matches or if we remember All In UK.
You know what? At this point, with the amount of engagement we've had with this card, I think we remember All In a little more.
Yeah, that might be true.
There were some things because we'll have to get into that. I have to go back and watch WrestleMania 39 one more time because we watched it live.
Yeah,
Very different. I watched some parts of it on TV when we came back, just some parts, but I got to go back and watch the whole card again.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. 9th match, Will Ospreay versus Chris Jericho. Okay. This was a pretty good build, with Callis trying to tempt Jericho to join. And of course, Jericho was trying to get in. And then I guess Callis said, no, you're not in. And then Jericho tried to attack Callis, gets hit by Ospreay. And so the story goes, you got Sammy still backing up Jericho. Great entrances. You got Jericho coming out with his band playing. He's singing his song. First time I think ever that a wrestler has performed in front of a live audience on his way to wrestling match.
That's not true.
Yeah, tell me about it.
You did it once.
Oh, thank you. Yes, there it is. Yes. I appreciate that. Yes. I appreciate that. I only wish that we could have they messed up in that they wanted me to be a face. All I had to do is if they should be Chris, you just have to be a dick and just tell everybody to be a heel. We would have had the crowd in our hands. We would have got the crowd because I would have been like, look, y'all have been watching us play all this incredible music. Okay. Incredible music. Probably the best music you Pennsylvania, like hillbillies have ever heard ever live. Okay.
Yeah.
And you haven't given us any kind of respect.
No, they like that Elvis song.
They did like the Elvis.
Anyway, people wondering, so Channel Cortez here, he's multifaceted talent here.
That's right.
Singer.
That they don't know.
I don't know what else.
I've mentioned the worker stuff, but this, and that and all. But the singing.
Karaoke master.
Karaoke master, yes.
So yeah.
Well, as I hope they've pointed out, Jonathan from Bad Guy Wrestling, guitar player, lead guitar player ish.
Oh yeah,
solo master.
This is what we're doing now. Okay. All
yes, right. Cooking enthusiast. Yes.
Oh, very
foodie.
Much. Hot dog lover.
There you go. Go. So we are
also lover of Chris Jericho.
Lover of Chris Jericho. We're not jack of all trades, but we are lovers of Jericho.
Yes, but did not go on the cruise. Unfortunately, I'm not apparently that big a lover of Jericho.
You're gonna have to let me know about that Lamb of God cruise. So, shotgun dropkick by Ospreay to Jericho, then the Sky Twister to Jericho on the outside. Ospreay's going to pull pretty much everything you've ever wanted to see from Ospreay. You're going to see it more or less in a nice package here. This is not like some 5-star Dave Meltzer banger between Omega and Ospreay or Okada and Ospreay. This is Jericho, okay, who's literally over the age of 50 something. So, but she's got one of the greatest dance partners in Ospreay, so he's going to make it look good. And Jericho knows how to make himself look good. This is a good match. At one point, Jericho does a German suplex onto the apron, okay, and Ospreay lands on his head. Jericho flicks off the crowd. You get a classic "Come On Baby" pin by Jericho, Lionheart Days, right? Ospreay hits the corkscrew Pele kick. When he goes for that damn Pele kick, he never misses, all right?
Yep.
Manhattan drop, shooting star, near fall. Jericho with a hard chop while Ospreay on top, then fists to the head, hits the Hurricane Rana, near fall, lion salt countered by the knees of Ospreay. Ospreay lays Jericho on the ropes, hits that shooting star onto and a near fall. Beautiful shooting star onto the dude that's landed onto the ropes. Every time he does that, it looks great. Never gets old. Jericho hits the code breaker near fall. Judas effect is blocked. A kick and an Oz cutter near fall goes for Stormbreaker. Reverse to a Hurricane. Then the walls of Jericho. Jericho hits the Hurricane pretty well. Lands the walls of Jericho. Ospreay rolls around, fights off Jericho, kicks by both, a Spanish fly by Ospreay into a near fall, hidden blade countered to a code breaker, then the Oz cutter by Jericho, mind you, near fall, strikes in exchange, big forearm by Ospreay, goes for the Stormbreaker, a low blow by Jericho, Judas effect. Gotta say it right now, Jericho is on another level from where he's like normally is at this age. He took it to another level. There's no doubt about it. Okay.
I mean, this is a great match for him, regardless of age.
Regardless of age, this is a great match for him. 82,000 plus. This is like, could be one of his last great matches. Could be. Yeah. Got the Judas effect, the pin attempt, kick out. Guevara's face is priceless. He's just like, his mouth is just wide open. Jericho goes for the walls, a roll up by Ospreay, and then he hits a jackknife powerbomb, hidden blade by Ospreay, Stormbreaker. Jericho kicks out. Elbow pads are off. Ospreay looking to do the hidden blade. Jericho, right before he gets hit, flicks off Ospreay in a kind of last-ditch effort of defiance. Jericho gets hit by Stormbreaker. 1, 2, 3. It's over. Okay?
1, 2, 3, gatekeeper.
That's right. 1, 2, 3, and the gatekeeper goes down. Sammy Guevara tries to help Jericho up. He pushes Guevara. No real heat there. It's just Jericho's just bummed out, you know?
Yeah.
It's a great story. Okay. I'm always looking forward to seeing where Jericho goes. And I've never been more invested, I think, in Guevara than this moment right here.
Yeah, I mean, it still sets up to bring back Les Sex Gods and
next evolution.
Yeah, I mean it does. I
mean,
he needs the new persona here. You know, the Jericho Appreciation Society ran its course like at the last year, and now it's time for him to hit rock bottom with the character and then morph into something new. And they still like the Sammy pairing, so they've left the door open for that, and it's great.
Nigel McGuinness at one point comes out to make the announcement that there is officially 81,035 people in attendance. That I think will go up to 82,000 plus. And then you got the 10th match, the House of Black as champions of the trios, AEW World Trios Championship match against the Acclaim with the badass Billy Gunn, or just badass Billy Gunn.
Yeah, I mean, he just made the transformation right in front of us.
Right.
Daddy S to back to the badass, not the badass.
The AEW lawyers were at some serious work to get the badass back in action. Seventh inning stretch match right here before the main event. No holds barred is essentially the rules that the Acclaimed and Billy Gunn are going with. You got Malachi with pretty cool moonsault. I saw Brody King hit a nice suicida. Julia Hart at one point keeps Billy Gunn from diving. She gets caught in a scissor me timbers.
Hate it when that happens.
Love it. I mean,
so are they like basically AEW's New Day?
They're like somewhere between the New Day and the Dudley Boys, because you got a what's up basically.
Yeah, like, you do have a what's up,
and it's taken to another level. It's a scissor me timbers. Okay.
Yeah. It's like a blend of the Dudley Boys and.
I feel like I'm watching the Dudley Boys. I'm watching the New Age Outlaws. I'm watching the New Day. And I'm watching South Park all at once.
Okay? And original John Cena, Thugonomics John Cena.
Thugonomics John Cena.
You get the rap, and you get the doing your own music and all that kind of stuff.
This is wrestling. Malachi gets hit by the chain that was in Brody's hands. Okay, inadvertently, triple team. And a famouser on Buddy Matthews. Julia pulls out the ref last minute. I like that move. And then you got Malachi Black hits the end or Black Mask on Billy Gunn, who kicks out. Claim back in. They provide the triple team effort. They win the trios titles. Got Mercedes Monet in the audience enjoying the Claims theme. Do you remember who got pinned on this match, though? It was a tough one, but I know.
Was it Buddy Matthews?
I was thinking it was Buddy Matthews. Either Buddy or Brody. I don't think it was Malachi.
Yeah, he's still the leader. It'd be weird for them, but
they pulled. You called it. The House of Black kind of pulled the titles away from either the ref or the Acclaimed, right? And they looked at titles in the corner, and then they handed the titles to the Acclaimed and Billy Gunn in a show of sportsmanship. Very out of character. I liked it. You know,
sportsmanship is really the theme of the night.
It really is the theme of the night as we especially head into the main event. But before we do, they have this ultimate scissors party. Okay, 82,000 people in attendance as we witness a scissor meet daddy ass. MJF versus Adam Cole, 11th match, AEW World Championship match, the main event of the night. You know, MJF comes out on a throne wearing his devil mask. Throne gets pushed by just one dude, okay, with a beard and a ponytail, pushing some dude, getting pushed by some dude to where women are wearing horn masks, half clad, children's poses, bowing to MJF, okay. Amazing.
It was amazing. The music was good.
The music, the warrior version of his theme, then transitions to his actual theme song. Pulls off the devil's mask, got that damn smile on his face, that cheeky smile that he has. That was one of the songs in my bachelor party.
Yeah, it was. It's not lying, but
I was like, when we were in the van. I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to take over the music here. Okay, you're gonna have to stop giving us your little tour guide information, and we're gonna play some music. How about this?
And here's an interesting thing: you picked the version with the lyrics on it, or
That's
with
right.
the singing, not the original one, not the the ad hoc, or not ad hoc, the subtraction from the lyrics and everything, or whatever.
I got to go back and hear it again. Yeah. And then, they stare at each other in the eye. They go to the outside. They grab their shirts. They put on their shirts, their Better Than You, Baby t-shirts, symbolizing it's going to be a fair fight. Okay. But yeah, we're all wondering how long it's going to take before these shirts get taken off. Sportsmanship chants. Handshakes.
Sportsmanship.
One point, thumb to the eyes by MJF. Totally entertaining. He's like, that's on me. And Cole loses his shit, strikes at MJF. Okay.
The funny thing was, though, once MJF did it, he totally just made it obvious that he was loving doing it.
Right.
So it was awesome. At
one point, they have a test of strength. And I'm like, and MJF, I'm like, what the hell is happening right now?
Festivus.
This is like the main event of a 82,000 person match. Okay. The critics are probably losing their shit. Like, the purists are losing it, okay? This is very entertaining, okay? Cole, head of hair by Cole, head of hair by MJF. I mean, it's like no dive by MJF. I mean, and then Cole attacks MJF saying, I'm better than you, takes off the shirt. Cole gouges the eyes. MJF comes back. Ted Hen slams to the corner, followed by getting on top of the corner, hits the 10 punches. I mean, this is all Hulk Hogan style. Suicide dive. He hits it, and then a powerbomb onto the knee. It was very cool. MJF's powerbomb on the knee. On the outside, Cole sends MJF to the steps, and then he hits that suplex on the steps that we're not going to forget about anytime soon.
Yeah. And there's an interesting dynamic that's taking place throughout this whole time of MJF really being the face in this, and then
he really is the face at this point. Okay, until something happens, he is the face. He's the heel trying to be the face and kind of succeeding at this point because MJF's turning heel. Okay. Yeah. Adam Cole, I mean. And Adam Cole is a damn good heel. Let me stress that. Like, he is a heel. It's very hard not for him to be anything but a heel.
His character's got douchebag ingrained in it so deep. It needs to be expressed.
The douche is strong with that one. Yeah. I mean, it's very strong. It's up there like with Shawn Michaels. Okay, so when Shawn, I don't care when Shawn's being a good guy. He's just being like Shawn Michaels is just trying to just be himself. Just thanking. Every time he's a face, he's basically just thanking the crowd for one more night where he gets to do what he did. So it's kind of the same thing. It's like, but deep down, he's always going to be a heel.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just no way around it. Whereas MJF, I mean, he's loved. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, at no point am I expecting him to be a legit face for a long time. No. And that's part of the charm of this whole like thing is the fact that like I keep expecting every 5 seconds for one of them to turn on the other one, and they just keep
waiting,
dragging it out, and I love it, and because I keep believing it's going to end any second.
I was just waiting for after Cole kept saying I'm better than you, for MJF to look at him and just be like, "You're not on the level of the devil."
Exactly.
Like it's and then just having that damn look on his face. I'm waiting for him, the real MJF, to come back.
I know, and it's. I keep believing it's going to happen anytime.
It's going to happen.
Making it must see for me when it comes to AEW.
And for him to just shit all over the fans, like this is ridiculous. But yeah, MJF almost hits that tombstone onto Cole, onto that steel table. He doesn't do it though. He is conflicted. He's having a conflict of the soul. Cole does take advantage, however, of the situation, does hit the tombstone onto the steel table. Okay, MJF is out. Back in the ring for a near fall. They fight to their feet. Double kick sends both down. They call the double clothesline, and there's a double pin. Ref says it's a draw. Cole calls for 5 more minutes. We were there. They mentioned it two months before that they had a match. I mean, it was in DC. We were totally there for that. We got great pictures of it, right?
Oh yeah.
I mean, that was it. This all started with that match. There was really no buildup between these two. There was barely a buildup. There was like basically Adam Cole kind of like manipulating MJF to just challenge, to just have a match. Yeah. And that led to this.
And then basically after he loses it, it's immediately we're going to put these into a tag team.
Right.
Yeah.
It was perfect. So MJF says no 5 minutes, not enough. We're going until we have a winner in fucking Wembley Stadium. So they start the bell. They get into it. Eddie Guerrero tactics is they start tossing the chair to one another, playing hot potato with a steel chair. Okay.
That might be my favorite moment.
It was a good moment. It lands on, it ends up with Adam Cole and the ref. It's just ridiculous. The ref couldn't be any dumber, just like thinking, look at him. He's out. MJF does a thrust kick and the heat seeker, right? You get a straight jacket German by Adam Cole to MJF on the apron, okay? Cole with a Panama Sunrise onto the floor. It's getting brutal now. Brings MJF back to the ring for just a 2 count. Adam Cole accidentally hits the ref with the Panama Sunrise. Makes it look good, too. Just right into it. MJF pulls out that Dynamite Diamond ring. He kisses it. Confliction. Takes it off. Opens his trunks, just drops it right into his balls. I mean, that must have hurt.
Oh, yeah. But he's going to do it for his bro.
Yeah. He can't do it. He did it for his bro. But speaking of bros, you got Roderick Strong coming in, hits the low blow, okay, as if MJF wasn't feeling enough pain down there. He gets hit right in the strong low, like a kick low blow, too. Then the sunrise, Panama Sunrise, then the boom by Adam Cole. I almost thought Adam Cole was going to win at that moment. Okay, it was going to be a dirty win. Ref comes to, counts just to 2. It was a very slow count, so I was like, okay, MJF still in this. You got Strong, gives the belt to Cole, says, I'm your best friend. Hit him. Cole's now conflicted, throws down the belt, not going to win it like that. And just right after MJF gets the roll up. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Story, Adam Cole is crying, okay, and in the corner. He's pissed. MJF's like, it's okay, buddy. It's okay. We still got these. We still look. Hey, we got
like
these.
You.
I still like you. We got these.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what the hell am I watching? The story goes, MJF will still be friends. Tension is obviously there. They're tag champs though now. So, yeah. MJF at one point saying, "Don't be like that. Don't be like that." What the hell am I? I can't stress it enough. Like I'm thinking, I'm like, this can't be real. They are literally just trolling everybody, like everybody.
Oh yeah, just every at the end of every match, it's just like, are they going to break up now?
Yeah.
Whether they win or lose, are they going to break up?
They grab the belts. They say, we still got these. Cole pushes MJF at one point, and MJF's pissed. He's like, what? It was just about that. It was just about the title. If that's what you want, then here you can have it. Then he turns around, gesturing for Cole to hit him in the back, and Cole can't do it. He he goes after a hug. They hug, but it's great because Roderick Strong immediately right after he out of nowhere, he manifests and he's just like, hit him. I'm your friend. I thought he was completely out of the venue. No, you're not.
Not broski.
No. Cole and MJF hug it out, and I do think that they were, celebrating their success in like a hell of a pay-per-view. So, and that's what it was. Yeah. So on that note, we got it. The review is in, and what a hell of a show it was. So final thoughts on that, Jonathan.
Final thoughts is, the way they sandwiched the pay-per-view together with, MJF and then MJF and Adam Cole going against each other at the end. I think it was great storytelling from there, kept it interesting and involved, which the story throughout it, which is kind of hard to do in a pay-per-view since everything is so set. And what it really does is it gives us probably at least another month or so of great hysterical double clothesline stuff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was the way I'm just going to say the way the card was built up was perfect. Okay. The sandwiching was perfect. The first match to the last match, they did it. Pacing was perfect. Yeah. I got to give it that. Final thoughts. Excellent. Highly entertaining. I'm almost glad that it came out. I watched it live. I'm glad it was in London so I could watch it during the day and still be awake. I felt like I had a blast the whole day watching that show. On that note, we got to kind of, part our ways here, but we will be back, after the next pay-per-view. Maybe we can get together for the Wednesday night.
Maybe.
Yeah. So on that note, guys, it's Shoots and Swerves, okay, with Jonathan from Bad Guy Wrestling and Chris Cortez at Channel Cortez 33. You can check us out on Instagram and Twitter at Channel Cortez 33 at Bad Guy Wrestling. Jonathan?
Thank you.
You have a good night, guys. Take care.